starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you for joining me. Happy Wednesday to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And indeed, apologies yesterday for coming in late. Sorry about that. A little hiccup on my end, but we were there. We read a story together, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I am glad we're back together. Yes, and we have a great book to read today, and this one is called This Is Not a Valentine, and it is brought to us, of course, by Carter Higgins and illustrations by Ruth Cummins. I hope you're ready for this one. It is wonderful, and of course, if you've read it before, why not? Twice makes it better for sure, or even many more times. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am glad we're here together today. Thank you. And please, as always, let me know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. Rikia, thank you so much for joining us on Story Time. I am glad you've made time to join us, and I hope you're enjoying the wonderful stories that we're reading together. Good morning to you, Betty, as well. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning to you, Sarah and Nathan. How are you doing out in Illinois? Oh my goodness. I'm glad you had the patience to wait on me yesterday. Thank you so much for joining in. Happy to have you here. And of course, good morning to you, Amanda West, as well. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you, Rocco, Clay, and Chriselle out in Long Beach. How are you doing? Betty Graydon in Florida. Good morning to you, baby. Bia, Marlin, how are you doing today? And of course, Amanda Waltman. Good morning to you. Henry and Marietta out in Harvard, Massachusetts. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining in Story Time. As always, thank you for being here. And yes, indeed, I hope you're having a lovely day where you are. I am glad to be here to share wonderful stories together. And of course, a big thank you again to Chronicle Books of San Francisco for allowing us to read this wonderful book right here today. So I hope you're ready for this one. It is indeed a good one. And I hope that your school days are going well. If you're back in school, if you're homeschooling, I hope you're enjoying every minute of it and enjoying those fun games too. Please do let me know what it is that you like. I know a few people have mentioned hopscotch. People have mentioned other games too, tetherball. And so I hope that you're enjoying yours, whatever you have in your neighborhood. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, please remember to mask up. Please remember to stay healthy, follow the health guidelines as the pandemic still rages on. Thank you so much for joining me on Storytime today. We have a great book. And of course, there's always hearts and loves and hugs from Storytime, even when it is not a Valentine. So I hope you're ready for this one. This one is called This Is Not a Valentine. No, trust me, it is not. And this one is written by Carter Higgins and illustrations by Ruth Cummins. And we are going to get started with this one right now. All right, here we go. Dedicated to Kevin. This is not a Valentine. Written by Carter Higgins, illustrated by Lucy Ruth Cummins, and of course, read with permission and published by Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Oh, the famous school bus. Who's on it? Hey, this is not a Valentine. Since those come with buckets of roses and bushels of tulips, and bushels of tulips that smell like grannies, fresh out of the garden. So this is not a Valentine. All I've got are these, and I already blew the wishes off most of them for a rocket ship, or the last cinnamon band, or moon boots, and a mega blaster. But you can still make wishes of what's left. This is not a Valentine, since jewels and gems belong in treasure chests, or museums, or on ladies who sing at the opera. Oh. And the fanciest ones don't come out of some machine at a grocery store anyway. But this one matches your best shoelaces. If it won't get past your knuckles, you could wear it on a string. You could wear it on a string. Very thoughtful for not a Valentine. This is not a Valentine, since sparkle and pink and glitter are not your favorite colors. Oh. You like the brown in the mud puddle and the fish food orange and that purpley blue on your nose when it's a mittens kind of day. But red is pretty good for superheroes. And you know what? You are my favorite one. But this is not a Valentine. This is not a Valentine, since those things have fancy cursive and soupy spins on words that sound like mush. Oh. This one is scraps and rips and drippy glue that dried funny, and the green marker was the only one that worked. Sounds like my classroom. Besides, the teacher made us make these. Oh. This is not a Valentine, since you're up there at the front of the line and I am the caboose. Maybe one day we'll both be in the middle. I hope it's a Wednesday, maybe a Monday, or any of those days, really. Until then, this. Whoosh. This is not a Valentine, since the cooties tumble out when you open one of these. But if you get the cooties and I get the cooties, then we can have cherry juice and chicken soup with rice together. Oh, sweet. This is not a Valentine, since sugared hearts and suckers give you cavities and belly aches. Oh. But I found this at the bottom of my lunchbox. You can have the jelly side because I like peanut butter best. Maybe I will have some left over. Maybe. Oh. This is not a Valentine, since it's got sharper edges than dainty old lace. Oh. But if you play duck, duck, goose with kids who run real fast, you will just get stuck in the stew pot. So meet me at the hopscotch squares, my lucky rock, will help. Oh. This is not a Valentine, no, since it's not giggles and whispers about where the best hiding spots are. Oh. But the second best one is the hollow of that trunk, right there, that one over there. We're the only ones who know. Oh my. This is not a Valentine, since I don't only like you today, I like you tomorrow and next day and last week too. Oh, I like you all the days the school bell rings. Just one more time. The end. Oh, thank you so much for joining me on Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed that wonderful, wonderful book. This is not a Valentine. What do you think, kids out there? Love it so much. And yes, I hope that you are with people around you that love you today, yesterday, and even last week, right? So thank you so much for joining me on Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed that one. This is not a Valentine, and it is written by Carter Higgins and illustrations by Lucy Ruth Cummins, and of course read with permission and published by Chronicle Books of San Francisco. I hope you enjoyed it. Find it where you find your books, at your local library, local bookstore, or wherever else that you get books. Thank you so much for being here today. I am glad we were able to enjoy time together. And also just a reminder too that Carter Higgins brought us this book, Bikes for Sale. I don't know if you remember that one, but it was a good one indeed. But please remember that we're back here tomorrow for another reading, another exciting reading. And tomorrow we bring back award-winning author Mark Barnett and of course John Klassen on illustrations, and we will be reading Sam and Dave Dig a Hole. So please join in for this one tomorrow and enjoy it as well. Thank you so much for being here with me on Storytime today. I hope you are well. Please leave comments below so I know who was here and I can get to say hello to you. And also just a reminder too that Storytime will now be coming live on in the morning at 7 a.m. Pacific time, and then of course the recording will be at 11. So if you can join us for breakfast, if you can as well, join us later for the 11, the usual time that we are here. So thank you so much for joining me on Storytime. I hope that you have a lovely day indeed. One full of words that sound like mush, one that is full of sharing all the peanut butter jellies or whatever else that you like that you're not allergic to. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Thank you for making my heart glad all the time. And of course, please, those reminders, let us remember to mask up. Let us remember to wash our hands regularly. And yes, indeed, stay healthy, help our communities stay healthy, help our country, our world stay healthy. Thank you so much for joining me on Storytime today. I will see you again tomorrow. Bring your shovels, bring everything ready, because we will be digging a hole with Sam and Dave. I hope you're ready for that one. Thank you so much for being here. Please go out there, have a wonderful day. Whatever you're doing today, enjoy it, and remember too that sometimes things may not go our way, but we still soldier on, we still power on, and we will be okay. And sometimes they just don't work out, and it is fine. We change course, find a different way to go, and maybe that one will work. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. I hope you have a lovely day. Please enjoy it. And of course, let me know below that you were here enjoying the story, and I will definitely be sure to say good morning to you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Have a lovely day. This has been Storytime for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much to Carter Higgins and Lucy Ruth Cummins, and of course Chronicle Books for this wonderful book. Go out there, enjoy it. I wish you all the mush in the world today. Bye-bye.
Your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.